Hi YouTube. So I'm doing engine swap for the 5.7 Tundra Sequoia Lexus LS 570. So taking this fence off. So in case you will keep spinning, using a small flat screwdriver or plus, don't matter, put it right here so it will stop spinning. I like this style right here. It's very good for any nuts on bolt that strip, okay, or a fresh one that it doesn't strip. This is the best. That's the brand on this right here. This one right here almost got strip already. That's why you have to use something that not either 6-point or this type of tool right here. There's a hole right here for a radiator, and also one right here, and the two at the bottom. Okay, for this, use a small one, and this one have a little bit swivel. And if you don't have this, then probably using a swivel socket. Let me show you. The best is use this swivel right here, and I got this from AutoZone. And I don't see they carry this no more. You know, lifetime, but so since they don't carry it, so that means my warranty is over. Okay, for the clip here, if you look under here, there's a clip pin that you just push and pull forward out. You have to remove this. There's screws behind the micro here, so remove the micro first. Give it to you. This wire right here, you need to unplug this wire. Okay, the choke from the bottom here, pull up. I do not take it down this side, the end of the engine. I'm going to leave it just like this. So I'm going to take down the wall size only. Okay. This, I think this way that less work than taking out both heater hose. Be careful because this aluminum, so they kind of like if you squeeze this hard, it will bend the hose, the aluminum pipe, you know. So on this side, I will remove the AC compressor. Do not disconnect the line because you don't want to disconnected. If you want to refill the AC compressor after you've done it, then yeah, you can remove it, but you have to find a way to empty your Freon. You have to take the bolts out too, because the bolt is kind of holding it. So okay, this is star E8 because the compressor was hitting the wall over here, so that's why you have to take this bolt out. Okay, this side's done on the compressor. So on this side I need to disconnect my power steering pump, because this you can leave it and take out the hose, but I'd rather not doing the mess, so I just take out the pump. One is right here, I already took them out, and second one is down here, not the one on the top here. Okay, there's two on the top and then one right here, so only take these two, not the one on the top. Okay, so as soon as you take those two bolts out, you need some pry out because it's kind of locking pretty tight. Okay, so gentlemen, I have to cut this off, take out the pin, so that give me more room to pull the transmission forward, because to be clear with the front differential right here. The reason I take this off because my engine is locked, so I cannot take the flywheels off from the torque converter. And this truck is different than any other truck, because normally Toyota you can go open right here, or Honda you can open right here and turn your pulley crank, and you can see right here a lot of shred metal. See that? So that's why. On the back here I take out all the sensor, and this harness, long one, all the way to the back with this right here. Okay, so everything's right there. And to get on the top, there is a heat shield cover right here, which is that one right there. I have to remove that to be able to access my hand through the top. And on this side here is plenty of room, but still there's up here pretty tough to get it up there. So now I got the harness free, and the only thing left is the exhaust right there. Two bolt right here, three on this side, three on the other side. So there's three. The only way to remove your torque converter to the flex plate is go through the starter. Now it is pretty painful to get the starter out, because right inside here they got a double heat shield cover on it. To be able to take the flex plate and torque converter, you have to go through the little slot right here with the starter. And on this all-wheel drive here is pretty tight. I don't know how you're going to do that. And this transmission cooling line right here, you had a bolt that holding right here the engine, so you have to take this bolt out and then follow this line all the way to the front here, so which is another one right here, you see. Okay, there's another one right there. You have to take these two out because this is attached to the engine. Have you seen a filter like this? And you can see that the inside here was pushed against the tube that on the top, and this thing here, it looked like too long, it doesn't fit, and they're just forcing it, so that's why making this thing is twist like this. And then there's another one down here. Okay, in your case you don't have to take the hose off, but in my case I supposed to take it off to create more room for me and easier for me to remove the hose too. Okay, as you're coming down here, behind this sensor here, the 14mm is right there. Okay, and you can remove this sensor and use a socket this way, or you can use a closed box wrench and open from under here. That should be enough room for it. This starter here, I tried it one time without removing the exhaust manifold. Man, it is pain in the butt, because the heat shield by itself is covered right here. You can't really take them out, and this heat shield here is terrible difficult to take them out. And not just that, the plug in the back here is have a hard time to struggle. You can do without taking, you know, oh shit, this thing out, but this heat shield's out and the manifold here out, but the best way is taking manifold out. But crazy about Toyota is they're using, you know, castle or whatever, not castle, but it's kind of like locking type of nuts like this. Sometimes this bolt here got stuck and stripped, and you broke one in this bolt. It's a pain in the butt to take them out too. So can't imagine that some other right here, you know. So this bad design here. Okay, I'm going to remove the starter and take out the transmission and the engine bolt. Okay, for you, the easier, you see this bolt right here. Okay, take this bolt out so you have room to taking down this two bolt right here, because it's kind of blocking the way. Like this one, I think is blocking too. So when you pull like this way like this, then you have room to go to those two bolts. Okay, decided taking this hose because it's getting blocking right here, and taking out from here is not that difficult, so that's why I taking out from here. So that will leave me more room to working on the top. The one on the top, you have to use a longer one. So if you're not sure how many you have, so you have to go to the other one, the other engine that you bought, and you can check to see how many bolts they're holding it. That's how you get your all the bolts out. Okay, at the transmission cooling line. So there's a bolt right here. I'm gonna take this out, okay? By the dipstick here. Alright, cooling line. I cut down my half, I think half on this one, or 3/8. I'm not sure, half I think. So I put it here. This is my jack, and okay, for you first timer, I make this for this engine hoist, okay, and on the chain link I cut this in half, so well into two of the this is a 19mm socket bolt, and this is 1.5 thread. The hole is go right here. You see your sensor go right inside here, okay, and this is how you screws in. And the other one is right here, you can see, okay, and just hand tight. You don't need to be super tight on this, and I don't think anybody will show how to, you know, put these things on. So and I don't think anybody have one of this too, so I make this myself for it. Okay, on the other side should go straight to right here, and screws in. Okay, this is how my setup. Okay, and if you want to know how I made it, there's a video I make this thing here, and you can go check my video on that. You can make yourself one. So on the top here, I got secure already. So now time to remove my motor mounts bolt. On the starter side, it's easier because the exhaust manifold is no longer there. So I'm using a 19 close box wrench. Okay, you can see right here. Yeah. It's not too bad. Okay. For the driver's side, not too bad because you're moving the compressor out of the way. So you just go through the side right here. Good thing because this one doesn't have the cover right here, so I can come in through right here. See, pretty easy, isn't it? I'm going to crank up the engine and transmission a little bit so I can go split the transmission out. There you go. Okay, try to see if I can split right here. Okay, now I got this split that much, and torque converter is still in there, and everything else free. So carefully look under here on the top here. Okay, I still have plenty of room right here, and just want to clear everything else so nothing attached to it. There's one more wire I forgot, which is the gas line right here. See this right here? Black one. I need to take that one out. Okay. Front here, I have to tie to my crankcase to right here. So to lift the front up. So that will be have more because it keep dropped in the front, so I have to lift the front up like that, so it will make the engine is tilt. Okay, to see how much the torque converter come out first. Okay, now my torque converter is put out some more, and I will check to see if anything touch. Okay, everything here is free. The motor mount I need to get a little bit higher. Okay, right behind the engine here, there's a clip right here holding the engine harness. Okay, you need to take this out. Okay, let me go on top of the car to get it out. Okay, now try to see if that come off. Alright, I think I feel free from it. Let's see. Okay, everything else done. Okay, there is one more ground wire right here. Okay, I forgot to take this out. As you can see, my transmission is separate from my torque converter now. Okay, so you're looking from here, the whoa, this piece right here is blocking the part of the low oil pan. So you have to take this 14mm out and try to see if you can free the plate right there. And on the driver's side, I think it should be okay because the driver's side does not have this right here. Let's see. Okay, I took them out, but it doesn't help much. A little tiny bit. What I'm going to do is I'm tilting this engine up. So we'll see if that will help the engine coming out from here. If I don't tilt this, then it does not free from right there. So just tilt that and check a little bit. Okay. It sounds like I had to push towards the driver's side a little bit, and now sounds like clear already. Yep. Let me see. Yeah, almost clear. Almost cleared out. Okay. So this side almost clearing out. This side have more room. But what happened is the differential is stuck with the oil pan down there. The oil pan housing. Okay. But let me check a little bit more, and it should be okay to clear that out. See that? Alright, I think it's clear now. It's freely clear. Okay, just checking for some solid stuff. That's it. Everything's clear now. The cable, the transmission cable, doesn't stuck, so it should be good. Let me check one more time to make sure transmission cable is free. Yep. We don't want to tangle this up. Stuck in the bottom, so let me go in the bottom and flip to the top here. Yeah, I'm good to go. Okay. Clear this out like this, so you don't tangle this up and broke this wire, you're in trouble. So yeah, if I don't if I don't take the oil filter housing, that was stuck with the frame right here. Okay. Straight line right there. Okay. So everything's free. Back up a little bit. Alright. Woo. That boy. It's a pretty tall car. My jack is all the way max. I even take out the tire and low truck, you know, low in there too. Otherwise it probably have a hard time to get this thing out. Look at my jack's already. Look, my jack almost like max already. Alright, should be free. There we go. Okay, on this, I had to take down this piece right here to see the bottom of this, and also all this bolt had to come out on the other side also. Alright, let me see. And I had to remove all of this out first. And I can see that this shim right here is turning this way. And that's why this one lock up and make the engine cannot turn. Okay. Whew. It's tough. There you go. Alright, let me turn to see if that will work. So all of it's still stuck, so I probably have to take them down, all of them. This bearing here is pretty much toes and doesn't, it's burning this bearing right here. Okay. Two plates got pretty bad beat. See that? Cut it off. Alright. Let me see. I can turn it because I can't really turn anything right now. Take all of this, and I think I can turn now. Yeah. To knocking down this one too. This one pretty bad, burnt out too, and you know, Toyota, I don't think they sell any of this part because one time I was fixing one of the piston on the 4.7 and the valve, and timing's off, and the piston rod, the valve poking down to the piston and making a hole in the piston, and I need to buy 3 piston on that 4.7. I went to Toyota, they don't have it, and I even buy the ring seal for the piston ring seal and oil ring seal, all that stuff. They don't have it either, you know. So I end up reuse those oil ring seal, but making that car work, and somebody already took to Mexico. Alright, so now I can take my torque converter out. It's a lot of work, but at least I don't have to cutting down a lot of stuff. See, if this thing here I can't turn it, then I pretty much had to cutting down the wall to, you know, to get this bolt right here. This bolt here, if it's stuck up here, then you probably have to drill to the side and cut it off. But luckily I can get it off by just pounding it. Okay. Now all the old shit to the new shit. So ready to go. Okay, YouTube, to take him out is depend how you want your convenience is. So such me, I removing the exhaust manifold on the starter side, to removing the starter, and to do that, to be able to take out the starter easier. If you don't do that, you can leave the starter hanging in the engine block and just pull the bolts out, and then you can take them out when the engines come out. But the motor mount that on the passenger side is on its way, and it blocking the oil pan, you know, top. So either way, you have to remove it to make yourself more convenient. On the driver's side, you don't have to. Okay. Now at this point here, to put it back, pretty much it's a reverse from what you take them out. You know how you adjust to it. But the hardest part is to fit into the transmission housing. Okay. So that will be another video. So at this point here, I will conclude that to take this engine out, it's not that difficult. It looked very tight spot, but you know, even though my engine was locked and I pulled the torque converter with the engine on it, still not that difficult. If you'd be able to remove the torque converter separate from the engine, I would say a piece of cake, you know. So you're rating how hard it is, I would say 8. Okay, some car like 3 or 4. Bye bye now. You know, the space that you have is not a lot. Okay, but you know, the torque to remove the transmission harness on top is a little bit tight. Some are pretty tight, and some people like big hand probably have to remove the front dry line to put your hand on top of the transmission. But my hand's not that big, so I'd be able to do with the take out the heat shield and then go through that size on it. Okay, alright, at this point here, thank you for watching the whole video, and hopefully you will help me subscribe. Okay, see you guys next video.